In this video, we're approaching an intersection. It's a four-way stop. And as we approach, we make a full stop behind our stop line, and we can see this pedestrian about to step out into the intersection. And the vehicle right across from us is seeing the same thing. So they're also waiting at their stop sign here. And then while we're waiting here, these vehicles here realize, okay, this person being us is dealing with this pedestrian and this person is dealing with this pedestrian, so maybe I'll just go ahead and make my turn behind this person, and this person is thinking I'm just going to continue straight, but they still need to scan their environment, right? So aside from the cross traffic here or other people at this stop signs, they need to scan for pedestrians, and there here's a pedestrian stepping up to use a crosswalk. They're walking with intention towards the path that this truck will be crossing. And so notice how close this interaction here is, right? The pedestrian has stepped onto the road and this truck zipped by. And so you have to ask yourself, if you're the driver of this truck, is it worth trying to beat traffic here and say, okay, well, sure, these people got here before me, but because they're preoccupied with dealing with this pedestrian, I'm going to zoom past while I'm not checking for pedestrians that are crossing my path, right? And so imagine if this is nighttime and this person is wearing more or less dark clothing, and if it's raining, it's really hard to see. And this, if you're in this driving habit, it's going to catch up with you, unfortunately, at the expense of another pedestrian. So scan the environment, make sure that it's safe before you proceed at the intersection, right? So whether it's us from this corner, we should be scanning all four corners of this intersection. And that scanning needs to happen well in advance, right? So from back here, despite the parked cars here, we should still be curious as to what's happening at this intersection coming up, right? We should be paying attention to who stopped at that stop sign or at the stop signs prior to us getting there. Are there any pedestrians approaching? Because we could have also just done what this truck did just now, right? We could have been like, oh, this pedestrian is stepping out, but look, I've stopped. Maybe I'll just quickly go. But we didn't do that. This person here didn't jump the gun. And this person that's arriving a few seconds later should have been scanning again for that pedestrian before proceeding. So be on the lookout, whether you are a pedestrian, right? As you can see, drivers are not always scanning, unfortunately. And as a driver, it is your responsibility to ensure that when you're operating this vehicle, this is a heavy piece of metal that you're moving around, that you watch out for pedestrians, watch out for cyclists, watch out for other road users so that you don't get into a dangerous situation.